I may very well say something stupid, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
That's not the way to start a podcast.
It is if for being truthful.
Oh, Jesus.
You're trying to be a better person. I mean, honestly,
Here
I'm
we
telling
go.
you right now. I'm foreshadowing and also letting you know that I may say something in this particular podcast that may feel like, Ron, are you serious? Like, don't stop. Like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna double down on it. I probably am. But hey.
Well, strap in, folks. Welcome back to another episode of the New Black Nerds podcast. I'm your host, Chris, aka Prince, with the homie Duran, aka Medic Grizzly. Duran, besides already making me nervous less than a minute into the podcast, how are you feeling?
I feel amazing. It's just I'm feeling good. How you feeling, bro?
I was feeling awesome.
As you continue on, like this is nothing. This is all pleasantries. It's just Invincible, bro. Like it's coming back out. Like we watched season 1, right? Mm-hmm. Magnificent. But they dropped basically an origin story of Atom Eve for season 2. How you feel about that, bro?
I didn't even know that it was a thing that was dropping. Like I feel like maybe I'm just not paying attention as of late, but I feel like a lot of these shows have just been kind of falling out of the sky, which I'm okay with.
Yes.
I wasn't sure, and I don't know anything about the Invincible comics, so I don't know a lot about the back history of some of these characters. So I was a little kind of like, they're making a prequel for Atom Eve. Why? I'm guessing because she's going to have some kind of major role to play in season 2. And they, I've seen a little bit of a trailer for season 2 of Invincible, which comes out November 3rd, I believe. So a couple more months for that. But, I liked it. I thought it gave us a little bit more info just about like the world we're in. And kind of how Atom Eve came to be who she is. As always, I'm watching it and I'm watching the fight scenes and I'm like, yo, this animation is amazing. This animation is so good. But yeah, no, I thought I thought the pacing was good. The story was good. Like nothing made me feel cringe about anything. Like these are all like situations where what I like about Invincible is that it doesn't have that kind of veil of your typical kind of comic book story plot kind of outline where, something good might happen to the good guy or something's going to be salvaged. And it's just like, no, this, sometimes things just all go to shit. Sometimes things just go to hell in a handbasket real fast. You know what I mean?
With the quickness.
Yeah, with the quickness. But no, I mean, overall, I enjoyed it, man. It just got me pumped for Invincible season 2. But what about you?
It was, and this brought me to first. I'm double down. I'm standing by it. This is what we needed. We needed this for the comic book / anime fans. Because there's a line where like, oh, it's not anime, it's a comic, it's a cartoon. Like it's always these like different categories. What categories does this show put in? Tell me. It checks off every box. The graphics you can say is cartoonish. You can say also illustrations, continuous animation. The fight scenes are freaking phenomenal. You don't know if my man gonna get obliterated or if he gonna get smacked a little bit for blood coming out of the nose. You don't know what, male or female, they both getting worked. Yeah. Atom Eve had blood come out her nose too. It don't matter your hero. It doesn't matter your like. This is. I would not be opposed if every comic book followed this path and gave us an origin story of this one episode, not like dragging on like some like filler type stuff. Like literally, yo, this is who Atom Eve is. How she became who he was. The backstory of her dad being terrible to her. The switch at birth. Everything like about this was. It had me in the seat. I was so excited seeing the conclusion, even seeing the ride generally to the conclusion, more than some movies I've watched recently. Like, it just was amazing. I will say this right now, that Invincibles was something that I learn from through Amazon Prime. You can go watch it right now. Then it got me into the comics. If I were to put out a comic today, I want Amazon Prime doing it. I want them, the Amazon network, doing it more than anyone else. Some people say, "Are you serious? You have Naruto." I love Naruto. I love other animations, but Batman animation, like nothing's topping this, bro. This is literally the best piece of work I have ever seen in my life, and a short period of time is put on there. Yes, I said it. This right here, as far as putting an episode together and not feeling like, damn, like I actually like, damn, I gotta watch this again. Like it's so much happened in this one episode, but at the same time it ended. So in the next episode, when it starts off, it's like, all right, cool. Next chapter, let's go. Like that's the perfect pacing I want. I don't want Dragon Ball Z to be continued for 5 episodes. I want this right here. This is amazing, bro. It was amazing.
No, I agree with you. I think the pacing was really impressive. Like, I mean, they gave us an entire origin story of a hero in one episode. To your point, in one episode, in about 50 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it was. I think it's 56, whatever it was. Less than an hour.
Yeah.
Less than an hour. So, like, I mean, I wouldn't be if they came out with a couple of more of these between now and when season 2 airs for like origins of other people. I'd be all for it. In fact, I'd be looking forward to it. Exactly, bro. You're looking forward to this, and like you can't tell me that one episode is better than some series. I'm sorry. Some series ain't got the pacing that had in this in one episode. And you know
what? You're right.
You're
right. Yeah, you're actually
and
right.
that's why I say it might sound absurd to some, but Invincible's already like they're light years ahead of some people. Yeah. Already, bro. And this is only season 2, episode 1. This is not even going to get into the rest of the season. We're not going to talk about how last year the season was impeccable. Like it was really top tier.
It is impeccable. Impeccable. And I'm really glad. Before we get into like the details of Atom Eve, I'm really glad at the end they put that little "Where was Mark" during all of this, right? And so we got to see a little bit of Mark and his mom and Omni-Man. Dude,
you can't tell me Omni-Man's face afterwards, or you can't tell me that right there told you like. Speaking of, by the way, if you guys are not Mortal Kombat fans, we are not sponsored by Mortal Kombat, but hey, if you want to, please go so. Mortal Kombat is going to be freaking live, bro. We got Peacekeeper and we got Omni-Man inside this one video game on top of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's going to be freaking insane, bro.
No, dude. The part that like had me like was when Omni-Man's talking to his wife and he's like, he's really never going to get his powers, is he? And she's like, maybe not. But if he doesn't, we'll still love him just as much. And she walks out the room and he kind of has a moment of like, you know what, man? Awful. I should just kill both of them right now. I should just get it out of the way. And then he's like, nah. And I'm just like, and especially like now, like getting this episode now, knowing who Omni-Man is, that was perfect. It was that those 2 minutes of screen time were absolutely perfect.
It also tells you that he had these thoughts when he was younger. Yeah. Because he was not a superhero. He didn't get his powers at a young age. He wanted to be Tape Man, which I thought was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. And the mom being a mom, hey, it's going to be okay. No matter what. No, we not. If you don't get stuff right, we not. This man going to be a body bag like everybody else.
There is no we here, lady.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was so priceless. And that was the last 2 minutes of the episode, bro. Let's go. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Let's go back to like the original birth and showing how they were already doing experiments and how Atom Eve literally mother was like a homeless person. They just gave her some money for an experiment. She was pregnant and they messed with her. Her powers, bro, of actually being changed to see molecules and atom is so cool. So cool.
She's actually like low key really OP.
Yes,
because she can make stuff out of like literally out of thin air.
Yeah, and that right there, and then you go to the point where the mom, like she knew that it was, hey, gotta go to the doctor, go to a safe place because the fight was taking place, and then you saw her say, hey, if I die, please take care of her. And then you have on top of that And the story, the layer on top of it is you had another family who lost their child. So you did a switch at birth. No one's going to know about it. Oh, she came back. I'm not sure what happened, but we have her there. So her name really is Samantha Wilkins. But just Samantha Eve Wilkins. But like the fact that like she had a life and no one knew who she was besides a doctor who then went into hiding, and how she's supposed to be a military experiment. That's just in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This is amazing, bro. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then
you
progress.
It's your classic kind of like, you know, nefarious U.S. government department doing some shady shit to make, you know, to try and have a leg up on their enemies to make this like living, breathing super weapon. But it didn't feel stale like when they did it. You know what I mean? Like it still felt fresh. I mean, even though we've seen this kind of a setup to an origin story a million times over, like I thought they did it well enough to where like they differentiated her origin story with just like your random kind of comic book character.
And then like you see her like first like see the evolution of her not having friends, and then the dad was a piece of shit.
Yeah, dad's a piece of shit. Yeah, that was.
And then the mom's trying to understand, and then the her knowing the atoms and everything else just shows you how like everything's changing. She's talking, and then I think it was so cool is when she was studying, and then the pages froze. And then, like, she was able to, like, unfreeze and change the sandwich. There's things like that that tells you her powers and that sense alone, how she can change the structure of the molecules. Like, maybe it's me being a nerd and it's coming out right now. I just love the science part of it. That myself can be a badass power. Now, on top of that, you could change your clothes. You could change your outfit. Even the fight scene when she had the dual shields and then the spikes on the side of it. Like, she was able to change everything, bro. This was amazing. This ice,
I mean, she's kind of, I mean, the way that they visualize her power, she's kind of like a lantern, but without a ring.
Yes.
And she doesn't need it, like, and she doesn't need to project it. She can make something out of thin air, you know, yards away from her.
Even the fight scene with her other siblings who were just like never to her level because she was the first one, so they try to make copies, whatever. Even the fight scene on the bridge when their cars were coming, you saw her make like the ramps for the cars to move, and you saw her do these things, like just instantaneously do all these things. On top of that, when she's on the ground and she destroys the entire ground so she can fall through, just these little details. If you don't, you know how much I love Green Lantern. So this right here and seeing, that's how you do it. That's how you freaking do a show, bro. Yes, that's better than some seasons. I can, man.
Yeah, no,
better than some seasons.
It really shed a light on, you know, like who this character is. And I think, you know, seeing the trailer at the end of the episode, it seems like she's going to have a bigger role to play in season 2. Seems like her and Mark get a little bit closer, and, you know, he's kind of course, he's thinking to himself, like, you know, what if I'm like my dad? You know what I mean? And, you know, she's there to kind of tell him, no, you're nothing like your dad. But, you know, I think it just gives us a little bit more info about her, so that when we do get to season 2, there's a little bit more we understand about her, like the limits to her powers. She can't do anything with like animals or human beings, because the doctor was just like, I'm not a monster. I'm not going to make you be able to just, you know, alter people's molecular makeup. But at the end, though, he did mention that it was a subconscious block. But it seemed that at the end, when she picked up the military guy and his little assistant, that she had gotten past that block.
Some Jean Grey
because she basically wiped their memories, any memory of her. Yes. Right. So I do think that it's possible for her to do that, but apparently she has to get to a point where, you know, she can bypass that kind of subconscious block, which it's not something that's like uncommon in like comic book or like anime, stuff like that. Sometimes you got to like push past that like feelings barrier to access another level of your power.
Outside of a sneak attack, for someone who has like super speed or strength, she's the most OP character ever. Yeah. Like if she actually sees you and that block is going, what can't she do?
Nothing.
Like even when that little fight in the scene when she put some rock, almost like some rock bending type stuff, and maybe stuck him there, and they came through with a wow like that. Just the details, bro.
Yeah.
Just the details of her throwing hands. I mean, she got her hands. She's a little tough too. Like she had the black eye, had the blood coming out. She didn't just like mop the floor with everybody. She had to.
But she can also apparently heal herself too. We've seen that a couple of times in this episode too, right? So, like to your point, when we saw what little practice she had from when she discovered her powers and towards the end of the episode, so. Really, to your point, like you were saying, now that she's presumably had years of practice with her powers, she has a lot more control over them. So I'm excited to see how OP she's going to be in season 2, because there's not a whole lot that you can really do against her unless she allows it. Like, I mean, I wonder if past a certain point of just raw power, like if she puts up a shield and Omni-Man just flies and tries to punch it, I'm guessing Omni-Man is probably strong enough where he can knock that down, right? But like I guess we'll see.
Okay, so fans, I don't want to give out too much of the storyline for Invincible. Omni-Man is not the only one. So there's so many more characters that's coming, and the fact that they dropped this now on season 2, that's why I'm getting so hyped, because last year it got me sparked my interest, and I kept reading. And then I found out more information about this. There's more. And there's the beings on this universe are all like, I'm not going to say they Dragon Ball Z type level where you feel like, oh, the fate of the world type thing. Everyone can throw hands. Everyone can put you in a body bag if you're not on your game. And there's more people vicious than Omni-Man that are coming. Like, he's just a little like, he's there. He's a nut. But he's not the only nut in the.
Well, now you just have me extremely terrified for everyone on Earth.
It's gonna be madness, bro. It's gonna be so. If you have not watched the show, as you can hear my voice, I haven't gotten this excited for a TV show in a long time, bro.
Yeah, guys. When season 1 came out, dude, and I was watching, I had no idea where it was going. Yeah. And when Omni-Man does what he does to the Guardians, which we saw them in this episode too. Dude, I can't even explain to you like the feeling that I felt watching that. Like, oh shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Like, this is, if you guys have not seen Invincible, do yourself a favor, get on Amazon Prime. Watch it, please. You will not regret it, I promise you.
And for those who love like anime or any kind of cartoon or just in general this type of genre of stuff,
this is for you.
You're not going to find something better than this. And if you've not watched season 1,
it's fresh. It's not Marvel or DC. It's something completely different. It's something on its own. It has its own flavor. It operates by its own rules. Like I love it. I love when we get these projects from comic book companies that are not Marvel and DC, because they have a little bit more freedom to do some things that are a little bit more, I hate to use the term edgy, but for lack of a better term, because there are just certain things Marvel and DC are just not going to do.
Not in this one.
Not in this one.
Not in this one. Yeah, if you walk outside, body bag.
This is almost like an animated The Boys.
Bro, we want, let's go right now before we have to get off this pod, is that this thing about Amazon's roster, right? Amazon Prime's roster is, you have Vinland Saga originally, you have The Boys on this show, and then you have Invincible. Those 3 shows alone are violent, bro. Like, they all choose violence. There is no conversation. So we had to put hands on a tournament. I'm sorry, Amazon Prime Universe.
Right, but now, I kind of love what they're doing, though. To your point, bringing those up, like,
yeah,
they're leaning into very popular genres. Those are very popular genres: comic books, superheroes, etc., animation, anime. But they're picking projects that push the envelope in those genres. And that's what sets them apart. That's what makes these shows great, is that it's not just I'm watching a superhero film or movie or show or whatever on DC or Marvel. Like it's something completely different, has its own flavor. And I think a lot of people are really receptive of that. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to November. It can't come soon enough.
Yes.
I have not read any Invincible comics, so I don't know where the story's going, and I prefer it that way for now. I will read comics going forward, but I don't want anything spoiled. So if you guys know anything about the comics, please don't spoil it for anyone in the comments. But don't forget to like, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts about the episode. If you guys have any predictions, again, no spoilers for y'all who have read the comics. I don't want to know anything. Okay. I want to be as shocked I was the first time I saw Omni-Man lose his shit. So
we're going to revisit this when we're done. Maybe when the season 2 is done, and then I'm going to ask you, does this stack in your top 5 just in 2 seasons? I know your rule is it has to be concluded before you put it in your top 5. But if we are going to be as completed as it is for the moment, will it crack your top 5? I'm going to say it's going to crack your top 3. And when it's all said and done, this is better than Attack on Titans.
All right, relax.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying the truth.
Just
the people
relax.
know it.
Just relax.
I'm sorry.
Just relax. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
do
excited.
this.
I'm excited.
Don't do this. Anyway, listeners, I've been Prince. Duran, it's been a pleasure as always. We will definitely be back to review season 2 when that drops, so keep an eye out for that in the coming months. Guys, it's been real, and we will catch you guys next week.
Peace and love.